So here's the headline. Chinese company ByteDance appears to ignore threat of U.S. ban. Says it has no plans to sell TikTok, according to a report. The U.S. law now states if ByteDance does not sell TikTok, the app will be banned in the U.S. Now, I don't think that's entirely the case. I think it will still be available, but you won't be able to get the app on like the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. You would have to go to the TikTok website and download it. So you could still get it, but that's a major disadvantage in the marketplace. Now, to me, it seems like kind of a no-brainer not to allow a hostile foreign adversary to have so much control over your culture. But they're obviously pushing what they would see as being the most damaging, the most demoralizing content as they see as being to their advantage. Marco Rubio said, "For years, we've allowed the Chinese Communist Party to control one of the most popular apps in America. That was dangerously short-sighted, but thankfully, we are waking up to the threat China-controlled companies pose to America. We must move more quickly in the future when we encounter similar threats, because China won't give up. There will be lawsuits, new apps, new plots from Beijing." But the question is, why now? Why now? Because the Democrats, the deep state, seem to be quite content with the cultural revolutionary garbage that TikTok has been fire-hosing all over the United States, as well the Western world in general. And I guess as long as it was just anti-anything conservative, certainly anti-anything Trump, that was fine. It served their needs as well. But then TikTok started pushing a whole lot of anti-Israel stuff, a lot of it. And now, well, they've got a problem. Because while TikTok was fire-hosing cultural revolutionary poison on the American youth, the universities were also busy organizing them as a modern American Red Guard. And it turns out now they've got this Frankenstein's monster that they can't control. When the useful idiots of the Red Guard had fulfilled their purpose and Mao no longer had any need of them, he sent them all off to labor camps to be re-educated. They can't really do that in the States. So now they've got chaos at universities all over the United States, manned by people who not only hate Israel, but they also hate Biden. So you can see the problem, right? And it's not only the students, it's a sizable part of the Democrat Party base that now also hates Biden. And of course, like Antifa and the other revolutionary communists always hated him. But now it's looking like a popular movement. Let's take a look at this. Antifa reportedly set up a Gaza solidarity encampment at the Quad near the Atlanta-based Emory University. I thought this was interesting. Look, it's all the same tents. It's all the same tents. Somebody's paying for this. The mainstream media will never tell us who. But anyway, it certainly looks like the domestic social engineers are getting worried. And so TikTok, which obviously cannot be controlled, that's got to go. And frankly, it is so obviously a weapon of war wielded by the CCP that, it's kind of a no-brainer. It should have happened a long time ago. This isn't Spotify. And obviously, all things Meta and Google are still clearly de facto state actors at this point anyway, but they're not run by the CCP. And as for China pushing anti-Israel stuff through TikTok, why would they do that? Well, I think one possible reason could be is that China doesn't produce its own oil. And I think that reducing American influence in the Middle East and raising their own would obviously be to their benefit, seeing as how they obviously need lots of oil. And it may well be that that's a part, at least, of what these useful idiots are actually protesting for. But as for this ByteDance has no plans to sell TikTok, well, if the point of it is basically a propaganda psyop, because if that's the case, why would they? If people can still access it by just downloading the app on the TikTok website or using VPNs or something, that's still some influence. It's still better than no influence. And don't forget, every large company in China has a CCP department in their company. They answer directly to the dictatorship. So they'll keep trying to cause as much damage as they can, even if it is with a diminished app. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.